The St. Patrick's Missionaries run a primary and nursery school next to the parish. It began in the year 2001 with only 20 pupils and 3 staff. Today, St. Luke's Nursery and Primary School, Miya, has 175 pupils and 13 on the staff. There is also a modest provision for boarding.
It's below the line. This kind of fraction is called mixed fraction because it has 3 different sets of numbers. Are we together? Yes.
Education is an important arm of evangelization and a tool for personal development. According to James, the head teacher, the school has contributed a lot in the community by educating and building up the students. It has also taught the students their rights in the society. Being asked about the challenges in running the school, he said that many parents cannot pay the school fees, which makes it difficult to pay the staff. Parents who are Muslims or animists are suspicious and reluctant to send their children to school lest they get a Christian education. Many young girls are also married off early, and so they cannot attend the school to completion. However, he is very grateful to St. Patrick's Society and her benefactors for providing funds to help them build structures and pay their staff. I offered to lead the Holy Mass at one of the outstations. Father Vitalis requests a parishioner, Emmanuel, to bring me to Warji, a distant outstation, to celebrate their Sunday Mass. There is a tiny population of Catholics in the area. Most of them are on National Youth Service. In Nigeria, every graduate of institutions of higher learning must serve the nation with their newly acquired profession in a state or region other than theirs. I noticed that part of their mud wall is down, but the Mass goes on as usual. An appeal has been made for the equivalent of $100 to contribute to the repair of the wall. The people have only been able to contribute 1/5 of that, only a fraction of which is in cash. Tough. I am conscious of the National Youth Service workers, commonly known as corpers. They have come from very far away. A few corpers who hail from the south of Nigeria were killed here in the north some years ago during ethnic and religious violence. I imagine how anxious they may be at times. One of them still comes forward to pay her tithe of approximately $10. On our way back from Warji, I come across a local rice mill. This mill is not the sophisticated type. You put in the harvested and parboiled rice together with its husks. The product is sifted skillfully in the breeze to separate the rice grain from the husk. The heavier rice falls straight to the ground, while the husks are blown into what has become a little hill of rice husks. The mill, as you may have noticed, also serves as a meeting point for the women. Father Vitalis tells me that this year's harvest is expected to be rather poor. He worries about the hunger it will unleash. At the same time, he is happy for the help he gets from abroad to feed the poor.
It's just the reality of poverty here. There is the level of poverty here is very high, and each time you wake up to that reality, staring at people. And I suppose as a priest, a lot of times people look at you for solutions, but materially there is just so much that you can do to assist. So that has been a very big challenge, and that is why we remain very grateful to our benefactors, wherever they are, for the assistance that they give us. And through the assistance, we've been able to feed so many. We've been able to provide education for many who haven't had the ability to cater for the education of their children. We've been able to provide for for medical care of people.
Waiting can make the thing born after you put a new one. You have to find out waiting can make the thing born. Otherwise, the new one go born again.
No, that is why I go with this to electrician to go and meet my electrician.
Life in the missions can be unpredictable. After preparing to leave for an outstation, we realized that the Hilux pickup would not start. A local mechanic is invited to take a look at it. From the look of it, Vitalis will have to pay the equivalent of $30 for this unforeseen expenditure. Maintaining cars and other machinery on the missions can be very frustrating. We pay a visit to two outstations, Kumin Mai goge and Kumin Tanko. They are accessible only by motorbikes, as there are no motorable roads to these areas. We ride for about 30 minutes to the first outstation, and I am surprised at how basic the church is.
So this is a cathedral.
All right.
This is our cathedral. Okay.
Amazing.
So Joe, this is one of our stations.
I can see.
Yeah.
Amazing.
In such a remote place, one can only manage a simple structure like this initially. The Catholic Church is generally the first to establish a presence in these very remote places, after which perhaps a school is built, then a clinic, then a shop, and then the road, and the road attracts other faith groups and government institutions. You could be tempted to think that the people here have been forgotten. This is where Catholic missionaries, aided by their benefactors, prefer to go.
Oh.
The structure in the second outstation we visit is a bit better. We are welcomed by a family that live near the church. We visit some families, chat with them, listen to them, and pray for those who are sick. Our visit is very much appreciated.
Ibrahim, na baba. Baba ya je. Madala. Sano.
There is a group of women and children in a nearby well. They tell us that soon the water will dry up and they will have to go even further in search of water. In this semi-arid north of Nigeria, water can be a big problem that government alone cannot tackle. The church has been instrumental in providing water for the people and their livestock. A renowned missionary once remarked that we cannot baptize Christians without clean water. From the well, we can hear a peculiar sound. We recognize it as the sound of local music. Indeed, a young boy is playing a woodwind instrument locally made from the reed of a guinea corn stem. We are fascinated indeed at the sound and the skill of the player.
Mungo de. Kumin Tanko. Small thing, producing such a loud sound.
Father Vitalis even gives it a try. Little wonder he is interested in this instrument. He is a lover of music. In his spare time, he produces good music in his little bedroom studio in the parish house.
As missionaries, when you happen to be or to work in a place like this, one has to be a little bit creative. And I think with creativity, that isolation is transformed into an opportunity for growth and reflection. I suppose also my hobbies have helped me, particularly music. And during my free time, I try to do a bit around music.
Yeah, so when it is done like this, it is also advisable to use the hands. No wonder the first, before starting, you clean your hands. So I already washed my hands and they are clean that I can use the hands to mix it.
Julius the seminarian also has hobbies, one of which, thankfully, is baking. It is right and just that one who breaks the bread be able to bake the bread. He gives me a quick lesson on baking. St. Patrick's missionaries are encouraged to develop their talents and hobbies right from when they are in initial formation. These hobbies prove to be healthy when they become priests eventually.